And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Robert Kelly.
Jacob, what'd you say? The drummer of AC/DC killed a kid?
No.
No, he tries to have his wife
I thought he was-
assassinated.
I said, was it pedophilia? And he goes, no. He tried to have his wife assassinated, which I was like, not as bad.
No, it's not as
That's
bad.
rock and roll.
Especially
Not-
if you don't pull it off. What's with rock stars thinking you could hire someone to kill?
Not murder.
How great
Attempted
is
murder.
I think that's pretty rock and roll. You know,
It is.
just, hey, can I get this chick killed?
I mean, real metal would just do it yourself.
True that.
You know what I mean?
You're
That's
right.
why Courtney Love's so metal. She did it herself. She got her hands dirty that day.
Phil Rudd's great, man. He plays with a cigarette dangling out of his mouth. It's
I
awesome.
appreciate that. Never give up, dude. Never quit. Don't be no pussy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing, dude. Smoke till the wheels come off.
Yeah, or your tongue. Like
Yeah, or
Eddie.
my tongue comes off.
Like Eddie. Yeah, it's a lead pick. Really? Fuckface?
Great.
I
Then
went
I-
to your show. You smoked 7,000 cigarettes.
Great. Now I'm going to have to. I know. I love that it was his pick, his metal pick he used.
Fucking loser.
What an asshole. Everybody. She has a new special right now called The Dark Queen. It's streaming right now on Netflix. Absolutely hilarious. Thank you so much for being here. It's the great and hilarious Adrienne Iapalucci joining the show. Hi, Adrienne.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course.
Great
Of
intro.
course.
Good
That was a
intro.
pretty good intro.
You had a little thing in the end because I did a good one yesterday, but you showed me what's what today because you added a little thing at the end.
What did I put?
Just before you said her name.
A little schmutz?
You know, little zing to it. You had a little. You were like you showed me everything, but not everything.
Yeah, a couple more. I put a couple more adjectives.
You did.
Before I said her.
And
liked it.
I liked
The
it.
lovely, the vivacious.
Yeah.
Vivacious.
Vivacious and hilarious.
That sounds insulting.
Adrienne Iapalucci.
Nice.
Vivacious sounds.
Vivacious is nice. It's a lovely term.
I like vivacious.
What is vivacious?
I don't know.
Okay, me neither.
It
sounds like it's a good
Yeah,
thing.
it's like an outgoing, vivacious,
Ooh, I don't know if that's me.
Yeah, yeah, she's very outgoing. Yeah.
lively and animated.
Apparently, you've never been on a flight with Adrienne. Not very vivacious.
On a flight, why would I be vivacious on a flight?
Oh, some people are vivacious on flights.
Yeah.
Luis Gomez.
Yeah, Louis J. Gomez. We're talking about that. Someone starting a conversation with you on an airplane. Like, I hate it.
Yeah, I know.
But I keep headphones on the whole time.
Very
But Lewis
smart.
was Lewis got into it with somebody over. The guy was on a phone call, and he couldn't let it go, and then so he had to say something to the guy, and then other people though gave Lewis the like.
You
Thanks,
did the right
dude.
thing.
That's the last
They
thing you
gave him
want
like
to
the
do.
thanks. But yeah, I would want to. I'd like to see get a little scan of what the people who did this to Lewis looked like themselves. Do you know what I mean?
That's how they killed witches
Mentally
back in the
unwell.
day.
I said different people for different things too. And Bob, I think your perspective changed when you had a kid too on certain things. We were saying with the baby crying. Like when I talked to Fenoy about that, Fenoy has no kids, doesn't want kids. So when he has like we're on the tarmac and this fucking baby, and then I look over, the one that got me last time he goes, I look over, and the lady's changing her baby's diaper like right in front of her on the plane seat. And you're like, where do you want him to go?
Yeah,
like
dude.
it's like I promise you, those parents are as like they are inside going, everybody fucking hates us.
Yeah.
That
like,
is true.
I'm
I don't
getting
have
angry
kids,
at
and
the
I
baby.
hate that also when there's a kid on a plane.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, you have to fly, but there should be a
Jay's
plane
a-
just for
Jay's
people with
absolutely right,
kids.
though. You have to know that the parents are, thoroughly embarrassed.
Well,
They
then
hate
show it.
exactly.
Go like
We
this to the
hate-
kid.
I've done
Thumbs
that.
down.
Give a
I've done
thumbs down to the
Give the
kid.
kids a thumbs down. Let me know you also hate this.
That is funny. The kid doesn't know. You really can. While the baby's kind of look at everybody else and be like, "This kid fucking sucks."
I
right?
hate this
yeah, this
kid.
kid's the
I
worst.
did that when we were flying to Aruba with Max. He started fucking crying his break,
Boo,
and I
boo,
literally,
Max.
I stood up and I was like, "We suck. I'm
That's
sorry,
the right
we suck."
attitude.
Yes.
If I know
I
you hate it too,
apologize.
then I'm okay.
If I could do anything to stop this kid from being a screaming ass right now, I would.
Yep.
I apologize to everybody.
Of course.
In Comfort Plus. I mean, the people in the back,
Yeah.
go fuck yourselves.
They deserve that.
Yeah, of course they do.
Yeah, really. Also, if you're in coach and you're complaining about a baby, get your fucking life
You barely
together.
made it on the plane.
Yeah. Guess what? You and that baby were the same boarding group.
That's right. But you don't matter.
You've had a whole life and career, and you and that baby are on the same boarding. You deal with it. Yeah, I don't know. I've always felt that more with that. But I said someone on their phone too. I am so quick on that plane to trying to check out completely.
You are. I've flown with you.
I get that.
Boom.
but I-
headphones on, whatever I want to hear.
If there's a comedian on
Bring
the
an
flight,
eye mask.
if
Don't
there's,
even look at me.
You do eye mask?
if there's a comedian on the plane, though, if we're flying together,
Mm-hmm.
I want the first 20 minutes. I love texting while people are boarding just trashing everybody. Like, look at her face.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. That he looks like this. I like having fun for the first 20 minutes, and then I'll shut it down.
It's too early.
Nah, I don't.
I like a fight breaking out that I could watch.
No, oh God.
Oh, yeah.
Love that.
Once
like
when I was
that,
there
too.
was a guy that was like very upset. He was not getting on the plane, and he's like a big, just burly black dude who's mad, and then he's trying to fight this gay like flight attendant. Everyone was like, "That's
Nice.
not even fair." But they
But
were
fun.
right near me. They were right near me, and I was just looking the whole time.
So great.
It is.
Oh, it's having right at your seat.
And you're just
keep
watching
going.
them. And he's like, "I'm getting on this plane." He's like, "You're not." Then they called like the police of the sky, whatever.
I'm a big oaf, so I also understand being a big oaf like in people's way, but I am also blown away how much people don't give a fuck about spatial awareness. Like I always, very on purpose, when the plane stops and you hear bing, is when everyone's like click and just piles into the aisle. I stay. I always just stay. I'm like, and by the way, I'm going to be in the first like 6 to 10 people who leave.
We get it, Jay. You're first class now.
No, it's nothing to do with that.
We get
I'm just
it.
saying, but even
Me
if
and Adrienne are Comfort Plus.
no,
We're zone 2. You're zone 1.
dude, I'm sure Zone 2's great.
We
But like, but
real nice.
it's pretty nice.
we get
It's
it.
pretty nice over
You
there.
have a door deal after $5,000.
No, but how much people like they just pile in there and take and just swing things over their back and just I've been hitting the head with bags and like not
That
even
is
an
the
acknowledgement
time
of
when you
anything.
can have a fight with somebody. That is
Getting
the,
off.
the prime time. One time, a lady, her luggage was behind me, and I guess her husband or something was in front of me. She took her luggage and put it over my head. I was like, "Why didn't you? You're right behind me. He's right in front of me."
Yeah, it's fucking.
I don't like when they don't have bag awareness when they're getting on the plane or
Yeah.
like have a backpack on, and they'll just turn and just smash you in the face.
Yeah.
Yep.
And not
Constantly that happens.
Not even acknowledge that you just got whacked in the face. And it bugs me that nobody else goes, "Hey."
You just hit him in the face.
Nobody says anything. They're just happy it wasn't them.
I think a lot of these people too probably don't fly that often. Like I'm very aware of that stuff because I'm flying all the time. I think most of these people are not.
No, it's like they're once a year.
Yeah, so they have.
They still dress
They're
up.
also excited for it to fly in a
Oh,
plane.
the fucking lady who wants the window.
and leaves the friggin' thing up, and it's the only. I sit near that person all the time.
Yeah, she needs to be murdered.
It's the morning. It's dark, and she's got the fucking light.
Or the full like cross country or 4-hour plus flight where the guy got on in full suit and everything, and you're like, when you land, you're gonna look like shit, and they always do, and you're like, are you going somewhere right now? Like what?
Not.
Yeah, they always look awful.
Once I put my seat back, if the window becomes mine, I shut that window too. I want all the window. I don't want fucking the
Buddy,
sun coming through.
If there is, I know exactly what you're saying. If there's a peak of sill of the window behind me, I will dominate control over that to be like, no, that's one's going down. You want to be a lunatic with the one next to you? This one's not going to be up.
20% mine.
Oh, I've had that. The half window stay open and it's just beating on a part of your neck. You feel like an ant being burned by a fucking.
I would also think people are not going to say anything to you, even if they're mad.
Well, I don't do anything. Like,
But if you put that window
Oh,
down
I got you,
and
I
they're
got you.
like, I assume that even if they want to say something, they're not going to.
The only thing I know that I do, which also, I'm not going to get a fart pillow, but I need to get an ass pillow for a thing. I have a flat ass my entire life always.
Get a BBL.
And I've been thinking, I said.
I would love that.
I have said, if
Will
the
the
audience.
Bonfire pay for you to
If
get a
we
BBL?
could, I said, if we could crowdsource that, we can crowdfund that and get a GoFundMe that gets me a BBL, I'll get a fat ass for sure. I 100% would do that. But in the meantime, what I spend most of my time, I spend most of my time on a plane. I sleep the whole time, but waking up every half hour at best, and it's to do this simply, is to completely get out of my seat and put it on my right cheek for a while now.
You better not go into a coma.
And then and then a
Move
flip,
you every half
and
hour.
then a
Get
flip.
blood clots that shoot up into his heart.
I'm gonna wake up just screaming like my ass hurts so much.
There's a comic that died from blood clots.
Sore ass?
No, he didn't move around in his.
Oh, a
In
lot
his
of
coma?
people.
He got the blood clot. You can die on the plane
Oh,
because
yeah.
your circulation doesn't happen and they get blood clots and they shoot up to your brain.
Yeah, you're supposed to wear socks. Like
Yeah, you're
these
supposed to- yeah.
socks up to your knees.
Yeah, they're compression socks.
Compression socks.
Oh, they're
Is that
terrible.
for sit bone hips?
It
They're
feel
not
like-
that bad.
It feels like nylons.
It's not the greatest.
Does it have an Eagles logo on it? I love it. I want that so bad. Read the reviews, please,
You might as
Christine.
well just carry a CPAP machine on the plane if you're going to
Okay,
drag that fucking
I have a
thing.
lumbar pillow too that Mike Fenoya gave for me. It works. It's so good.
Do you bring it on the plane?
I did, and I brought it on one gig, brought it
And
on
you
the plane,
lost it.
left it at the hotel completely. It's too big for me to remember. But an ass pillow, because what I do, I start off always left cheek. I know now, put no pressure on the right cheek if you can, because when you have to do the switch, it's the only way, or else they're both going to be sort of sore the whole time. So left ass cheek against the window. I'm assuming the window's over here. I'm always against the window and try to curl up in a ball to not bother anybody. I've lost weight enough that I can click the seat no problem
Ooh,
now.
how's that feel?
Seatbelt's great. Yeah, what? I never needed an extender one time on a plane ever, and then but I was always pin it to the very end and then click it, and it would be like just getting around. Like now there's like space on, which is good.
I had to travel with mine. I had a Continental one, so everybody on Delta knew because the seatbelt's a different color. Damn. So I had a blue and then a gray seatbelt, so it's just fatso.
All of us, our weight has gone up and down and up and down and up and down.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had plenty of fluctuation.
But I mean, being able to use the regular seatbelt is such one of the greatest.
But where
things
someone hates me on every flight, if there's somebody to my right, at some point when I do that cheek shift, I'm trying not to, but I'm certain you've experienced with me, Bobby, in a car many, many years ago. I'm certain this guy is watching just like a mouth open, like right at his fucking ear almost for so long. And when I flip cheeks again, I always open my mouth and go, oh, this must have been terrible for him. Well, he's going to get about a half-hour reprieve when I switch over to his left cheek now.
I told you.
And I go back over. But if you're a guy sitting right to me, I'm definitely awkwardly close to you. I have a feeling sometimes.
I didn't know that I snored on planes until I woke up mid-snore because I was actually doing this. I was going... and I woke up going... And I just looked to the person next to me, and they were just looking at me like, "What the fuck am I sitting next
He goes,
to?"
"Are you joking? Like, are you faking being asleep?
Are you a Three Stooges fan?
That is bad when you wake yourself up snoring.
Yeah. I would go, and my lips would be numb because I must have been doing it for 20 minutes.
It's so funny that no one ever wants to
I had
say
this
that to you.
I had this last night in bed, and I have had this happen on a plane before. Especially because like I kind of keep like my phone like on my lap. I'm almost like holding it and just listening to Howard Stern or whatever, and I just lean against. And then if you feel the phone just like jostle or something at all, just like a severe overreaction of like Joe, like and you're like, hey, no, nothing's wrong at all. Like you have to look at the person next to you, like, are you all right,
Dude? I dropped my headphones, my one headphone on a plane once, and I was too fat. I couldn't get down and get it. I was trying to hold my breath. I had to wait till everybody left the plane and then get on my stomach and reach down and get it because I couldn't bend down.
I can do it.
But you did get it. That's what's important.
I did get it.
And then when you got it, you ate it.
We were talking about, we went to Leah, I think I told you about this, Leah's, Louis' assistant's wedding, which was,
it was fun.
It was a fun wedding as far as
Wait, is that when you
weddings
went the
go.
wrong day?
No, yes, that is when you went the wrong day.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Remember
that.
you wore a tuxedo twice?
Dude, fucking Dawn, what a moron. I was so mad at her. Yeah, we showed up at the wedding.
And you went Louis Vuitton shopping.
I got her one.
You were so mad at her, and you went and go bought her. How does she learn,
What a way to
Bobby? If that's how you
what a way to
reward
her.
Well, you know what? It was I was trying to shake it off, but it was
Well, unfortunately, it was before you heard the Corey Holcomb tells you just to put her face on the glass.
Oh, I should have.
Smush it up against the glass and let her know
I should have.
that you're a man.
Right against my Ford Ranger fucking glass, and then open the window and push her out the window and let her get some air.
I heard someone talking negatively about that Corey Holcomb thing with Cam Newton, obviously, like the face on the glass thing.
Yeah, did you
and
see
they were
that?
talking about Cam Newton
Is this
just
a new
talking.
thing?
Tell her.
So Cam Newton is a retired football player.
Played for the Patriots.
He was
Okay.
a
Dresses like Three Musketeer.
he dresses crazy. He's a super high fashion guy, but he's also a religious
Like he
guy.
wears dresses and stuff.
No,
No.
but like
Fishnet, like
No,
stuff.
big,
No, not
big
that.
rimmed hats, a lot of colors, patterns, wear shit
Black.
that
like but like exactly, he would wear like an ascot and like shorts with a braided belt. It's like goofy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah, there you go. He's just like a Boy Scout.
He's pretty hot.
Yeah, the guy's in shape for sure. But Cam Newton, had Corey Holcomb. You know who Corey Holcomb is,
Yes,
right?
I know Corey. He's super funny.
Who I love. I think he's hilarious.
That's great.
But, you know, he is what he is. It's very like that kind of Patrice-esque raw. But he was on his podcast. He was on this guy's podcast, Cam Newton. And he was talking about women. He was just like, look, he goes, you don't hit women, man. He's like, but every once in a while, you got to put their face on the glass. He's talking about mushing their face in the glass. So maybe start putting videos of me and Bobby doing it to Dawn and Christine, just facing on the glass for their behavior.
How did he respond to that?
Huh?
How did Cam respond to that?
Well, that's what's funny. So Cam Newton, you can see, but he's in it now. So when I hear some of like the people critiquing him, it's like, and Cam Newton just kind of, you see Cam Newton being like, Corey, I don't, you mean like, for example, like something like, and he's like, no, put they face up on the glass. He's like, yeah, I don't know if I could.
This is the clip right here. You
Yeah.
gotta watch. It's pretty funny.
Sometimes you gotta hold her head to the glass just to let her know you're stronger than her. If she don't know you're stronger than her, she gonna talk crazy. Hold her head to the glass. I mean, even if she called the cops, ain't no proof you held her head to the glass. At least that's how I live. Hold her head to the glass.
Except
When they
I'm-
see they really
He's wearing a
can't
jumpsuit made of AIDS quilt.
He's also, I was like, is that Cam, actually?
Except there is a little evidence. It's called her mush face print on the
yeah,
glass.
it's her nose. It's her nose grease.
Her tears on the glass. Fucking nutcase.
But go back to
I wanna see what
Cam
Cam
Newton.
says
So
to
he's like, ooh, yeah, it's
Do you know
Crazy.
how subservient the woman has to be to let you mush her face against the glass?
Also, you
and
can
keep
only do
there?
it one time. As soon as I see that hand coming a second time, I'm going to go back. You know what I mean? You could do it once.
well, it's fine. The hand on the glass. I think what he's implying is you got the head on the glass. So now there's a foundation. So what I assume is happening if you have a woman who's not accepting this, which I assume most wouldn't. The concept is it's like a cartoon. They're up against the wall, and all this does nothing. They can't reach.
Like putting your hand on top of the head.
It's the putting the hand on top of the head of some. But you put a hand on top of someone's head,
Right.
they can go around your hand.
You still got legs.
You have them up against the glass.
Right.
There's a little more of like your thing, so the swings don't really do anything. I'm not saying it's not brilliant thinking. I'm just saying it's immoral.
I think it's good for one time.
Yeah,
Maybe two.
Oh, one time you don't see because first you're going to be stunned, like, oh, I'm being touched. This has gotten physical, and then when you realize like. This isn't painful, but it is humiliating.
It's
And my face is,
humiliating, right.
especially if something's on the other side of the glass and people have to see like this, like face, like, hey,
A whole restaurant
I'm being-
full of people.
yeah, I'm being corrected. Sorry, Steve, did we get to the Cam Newton part?
their head. I mean, do this again. They be like, okay. That's what it's all about. Male dominance. You gotta establish male
both
dominance.
wearing women's hats.
Saying it to some.
They're all talking about male dominance and they're dressed like women.
Yeah, he's dressed like Golden Girls.
It's
You
crazy.
gotta establish male dominance. Is this a mauve or a pink?
He is dressed like an aging hot wife, Corey Holcomb.
Here, he was dressed like a coach in the 80s.
God damn it, dude, he looks so funny. But that is but yeah, you'll see Cam Newton just he has to like sort of, and also you can see Corey Holcomb is getting that slight feeling of like he's not taking this ride with me exactly.
Right. He's not on this journey.
Yeah, he goes, discipline a woman, show you strong. Like Corey Holcomb's words are fading off.
Around your woman and she think that you are equal to her, you're gonna have to put up with the bullshit. Every girl I've been with over 6 months, head to the glass. Go ahead, Cam, my bad. I ain't
Head to
mean
the
to get
glass.
carried away. I'm a little fired up because I'm here with you, brother. You're the best to ever do it, by the way. Cam Newton right here. Never punch your woman or nothing. Sometimes you gotta hold her.
Oh, you gotta find what Cam
Can we
Newton.
can we please show Adrienne the? Did you see this with
Probably not.
the Total Bitch channel? You didn't see this?
Oh,
You have to
Oh,
see
this guy's great.
I'm so glad you're in here to see it. This is
This
one of my
guy's-
Show Adrian too.
Oh,
one
that was
of
like,
my
is that the head against the glass?
yeah, that's me. That's me straightening
Dawn.
Christine's shit out.
Hilarious.
that's Dawn.
By the way, we found out, me and Bobby both found out that like the actual nature of the relationships we have is both of these pictures start off with us going like, Christine, can you come over here and put your face? She was like, what am I doing? I go, I'm putting the face in the glass thing. She goes, oh, okay. Like this, and I was
Well,
like,
at
I
least-
go, I'm gonna make a face.
At least your girl was on the show and knew it. I had to go into detail about like, no. It's like Corey Holcomb. Who? Corey Holcomb was on the show.
And you think that's okay to put? It's like, no, the bit is
It's a
that
joke.
people. Can you just put your face against the glass, please?
Let me do
it. Christine was like, what? And she's like, oh, I got it.
This
And
is
she like placed her face
You're
on the
trying to not
glass.
tell me at first. You're just like, come over here. You're like, lean by the window. Go on the couch. I was like, what am I doing?
Can I see yours again? I want to see yours again. I like yours. You could tell Dawn was half into it.
Yeah.
Christine really sold it.
Yeah.
She closed her eyes too.
I was frowning.
Yeah, you look like
It's like you're
better.
learning lessons.
This is
You're
this
getting
is
the
your,
point of it.
this is
I
your
learned a lot
fifth.
that day.
This is your fifth time getting your face to the glass.
Oh, yeah. I go, put your cheek up on your cheek marks.
You know what's great is Jay has his nails here.
You're getting your face to the glass by a transsexual.
This is what happens when you say you don't like my nail color. Oh, shit.
okay. I'm
So
looking for
there's
the
a
total
there's a
bitch.
web an Instagram YouTube guy who it's called Total Bitch. The channel's called Total Bitch, and he puts out these.
Well, it's a different thing because he's not. It looks like it's in the world of these.
Yeah, like
the hate podcasts, but he's a fan.
Yeah.
Like contacts us
Sure,
fan.
sure.
Like if you watch this at first, you're like, "Who the fuck is this motherfucker?" But then as you watch it, you're like, "Oh, this guy's hilarious."
He's a fan,
Right.
and he's making it all up on the one about me goes that I'm actually hiding that I'm evangelical Christian. I want you to think I'm a new metal looking guy because I'm hiding the fact that Big J comes from, they used to call me Big James because I would always read the King James Bible to people. It's like ridiculous. It's purposefully ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Soder's is like Soder. It was comedy partners with Lou Bega, and then Lou Bega went to go on and make Mambo Number 5 after he found out Soder was writing a song called Mambo Number 4. It's like that kind of
They did one with
ridiculous.
Lewis. All of his was actually true. The ones
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did
yeah.
with Lewis was true.
Yeah, he goes, Lewis, as he has a bunch of shell companies, and it's like Gas Digital, Story Wars, it says Legion of Skanks is a fully scripted show. It's so funny. The
That
guy's
is great.
We've hired him for stuff since.
But they did this,
Yeah.
and I think you'll like this one.
There's two.
That one.
This one here?
I think it's that one, right?
It doesn't.
Yeah,
We're
that's the
watching
one.
both.
That's it. There.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the one.
Some type of long con where he essentially kills off his own career, but only because he's secretly been building another. That's
Me,
right.
I've seen this.
Even Adrienne
You have seen this?
Iapalucci is actually really just Bobby Kelly. Wait, it seems that Bobby Kelly had mastered the art of association and moved
I've
on to the
seen
art of
this.
appropriation. And there's plenty more strange things about this guy, like Bobby Kelly.
I mean,
I have seen this.
the
It's pretty
transformation, though, when it does go
good.
to you, I mean, we look exactly alike.
funny. We're just fat. That's the thing. Everyone just thinks if you're fat, you look like. We really look nothing alike.
A little bit. We have the same eyes.
We're just fat.
You're
You got to
right.
see Bobby in his glasses. It's different. But this guy, yeah, he's great. Shout out Total Bitch.
Fantastic.
That's very funny.
So how is the special doing?
I mean, I guess good. What is the barometer?
can't know.
You don't know.
When we were in Cuba.
Right.
I remember
That fun situation.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But I remember we have this hurricane coming in. We have nothing. And then I had to find a cafe that still had Wi-Fi.
Right.
And all of a sudden I start getting text messages from you and Louie pretty much threatening
Ari.
Ari
Well, I mean,
through me.
I thought I was being pretty nice, and then like he just wouldn't give in, and I was like, I'm gonna have to go tell Dad.
You went and told fucking
So I
Dad.
told Dad.
And then you got the other fucking cousin involved.
Who was the cousin?
Me.
You.
'Cause
Well, you had it was your phone though.
Yeah, but it was my phone. All of a sudden, I just keep getting these texts. And then Louis sent me a text
Yeah,
message.
Ari's happy to go off the grid a week before
Right, something
his
is
first
happening.
produced special that's going to make it to Netflix is coming out.
And then you can't get in touch with him, and he's like, just call my manager. I'm like, no.
I didn't deal with your manager. I dealt with you.
But Louis sent
Call my producer's manager.
Louis sent a fucking talking to.
Good.
I mean,
That's what he needed.
He sent listen, Bobby, I know this. I need you to make sure Ari sees this. And then went on this a talking to. Letting him know how life works, how things happen, if you're a producer. And I read this thing. I was like, oh, shit. I was so excited to read it. I was so happy
Did you read it how long did it take for him to go, okay?
Well,
They also had 3 minor fights while out in Cuba, so it's probably a good time of day to go, you know what, Ari? If you think I'm wrong about you, hear what Louis thinks about you.
We're in the middle of a hurricane.
Louis C.K. also, for the record of them, does not directed the special.
Right.
He
Louis
directed the special,
directed.
Ari produced.
But you also knew what happened because I seen you in Austin.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, he's being insane.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ari.
I had no idea what was happening.
Oh, you
I
didn't
was,
even know.
I was very excited that he produced it and Louis directed it. I was like, you to me, I told you this before, you're one of the funniest people out there, and I was excited
Thank
that
you.
people were getting behind you on this. And then all of a sudden, all the shit started coming in. And now there's a hurricane coming in.
No, I know.
And I just got service. We're just trying to find food that day. And Ari's like, we should go to the beach and check out the ocean. I'm like, but there's a hurricane coming in.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That
He's
sounds
like,
like
dude,
our
he goes, I got a special premiering on Netflix this week. There's a lot of things going on. Let's go to the beach.
Who cares? Let's go off the grid.
so all this,
God, dude, whatever's going to make us the least reachable, please.
I mean,
And then
This is a very important time in my
he
career.
said no to me.
what do you mean?
Do you not know what happened?
I do not know what
I
happened.
feel like
just
I
know-
shouldn't say it. I'm not going to say it.
I just know what was coming through my
I'll
phone.
tell you after.
It was all to Ari through me from
Ari
you
did
and
something
Louis.
to piss me off, and then also said, "Hey, can you email the booker at Mothership and tell him I want to take this flight?" So I had to do an errand. For him. I had to do an errand for him while he also was destroying my life.
But did you do it?
I did do it because I knew he was going to come around, but like the fact that he even did that was so crazy. I thought you were reading it and knew it was happening.
No, I had no idea. He was like, "Ugh." All right. I was
I
like,
can't wait for this to be over so I could tell you.
I was like, listen, dude. I was like, listen, you just gotta sign this thing. We gotta
He's
download
like,
this
nope.
and sign it. Then we got into a fight over him signing it because I'm like, okay, I'll figure it out for you because it's on my phone. You know, and he's like, I got it. I'm like, you don't have it. You have a flip phone. You don't even know what the fuck you're doing.
You got a flip phone back again?
I don't know what the fuck he has. I
He
know
always
that
got some wacky burner.
he showed up in another country with Canadian money.
Yeah, I mean, he's not doing well. Like, it's just like he's just so. I can't wait to tell you what he did.
So I'm sitting there trying to. I actually was like, okay, dude, I had to like let it go because
Right.
I was fucking panicking. We
But
had
you
no
really-
electricity.
I know
Right.
Bobby's worried about tangible problems, like why do we come to Cuba in hurricane season? Oh, especially double hurricane. The description of what they said was coming to Cuba was the exact verbatim description of Perfect Storm in the film Perfect Storm.
Were you guys
Two hurricanes are coming towards each other.
And they're like, great.
No, Bobby, I get a little bit of a thing with this one. I was like, they said a hurricane's coming. Bobby said we're okay, but the hurricane's coming tonight. I went, yeah, I don't know why they did this dumb trip.
Can I ask you a question? Because I've never gotten your perspective of when you guys were back here. Did you guys know what was coming? Or did
Yes.
When we texted, when we got that text from you, we were like, okay, he's alive. And then I realized I hadn't heard from you for a couple days. I texted Donna. I was like, Bobby's like, he's here, like he's alive.
No, it's like back-to-back perfect storm, 2 hurricanes, 2 days meeting on the place they decided to go, fucking Havana, where they're walking down dark alleyways. Ari doesn't want to go on a vacation. Ari wants to travel. There's a difference in that.
Risk it all. That's
Ari
what Ari
wants
should
to-
do.
Yeah,
Risk
Ari
it
just
all.
want to go. You want to go to a place and enjoy the beach and the lovely thing.
No,
Ari's
he wants
like
to hike.
Yeah, Ari's like, I think there's a forest you can go into where the monkeys kill.
Can I say something? I want to say this: the fact that a hurricane came in saved my life. Do you understand that?
Yes.
We were supposed to go to like 3 different
Yeah.
spots. And the hurricane came
he's gotta go.
and killed all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to go to this jungle part and hike. We were
No
supposed to
way.
go to like Trinidad part on the other side. We had
Ari's
all this
got
stuff.
a checklist of things. It's like a scavenger hunt of things you shouldn't be doing. It's like start a fight with a local Cuban biker gang. Okay, let's try this next, Bobby. Let's go to the seediest place in the dark.
But I'm going to do it in Spanish, even
Yeah.
though I don't know Spanish fully.
Yeah, Ari also wanted to take all of his walks. He's like, all right, it's pitch black now. Let's go down this dark alley where someone's crying down there. We should go see what that people are crying about.
But we were sitting at this cafe, only place open, and it had Wi-Fi. I'm trying to download this stuff. It's taking forever. I had to keep like cutting it off, putting it back on. The stuff would come in, it wouldn't open. So I'm his assistant at this point.
Right.
I'm getting yelled at by Louis.
Tell Adrienne to tell the mothership I need a new flight.
But that's what he's doing.
He's like, nope, deal with my manager. And then also, can you do this for me? I was like,
Nope.
At one
No.
point, I was like, dude, you got to just take care of this. You got to remember where she is right now. This is the biggest.
also, if that didn't work, I was going to call all his friends and have them call you. Or like text you. Why? Because you were the only communication I had. I was going to go
You?
Rogan, you
accepted
everyone, every
you
single
accepted
person.
You accepted full Ari responsibility.
Yeah,
I
when
did.
you're with him, he's your child. You're handling him.
I wish I could read Louis' fucking.
And there's certain things too where you go, hey, can I talk to Ari on your phone? You go, I can't because if I forget to say something, he's going to tweet out that I'm
The N-word.
gay
Like,
or
that's
I'm
just what he
dead or
does.
I die or heavy everyone. I love you all. I'm dying in Cuba.
Yeah, you can't give him the phone.
And then you have to go, hey man, my family saw that. And he goes, all right.
But the worst
You
part
have
Did
a
is
they
fam-
laugh?
You have a.
Did they laugh that you're dead?
Did they get it? They don't get comedy.
the worst part is that he finally signed it. I sent it back, and then you're like, "Hey, I think can he sign all the things on the?" And
I think
was
he
like,
signed the wrong place.
I was like, "Fuck!"
I know.
So I had to go back in and be like, "Hey, bro, you got to re-sign." Oh, he's like, "Where? I signed it." I'm like, "Listen, dude, this isn't my thing. Like, I'm a comic too.
I never apologized to you.
It's
I'm
okay.
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize. I feel bad that you had to go through that fucking rigorous."
Well, the flip side of it is that
Bullshit.
there's also no. I mean, like how much I know with me, so I assume with this, I know he's very passionate about your special. So it's like he's so hands-on and so walking it through the process. Found me for me particularly. He got like my producer, the director. Everything was like through Ari, and he really made it like plug and play for me, which is awesome. But exactly that, you know, he might do something like
Yeah, but there's.
it's like, oh, but he did that. Then he wore a Ku Klux Klan thing and climbed the Washington Monument.
Because
It's like, oh, Jesus.
There's two. I was dealing with.
He set Netflix
I was-
on fire.
I was dealing with travel Ari. I was dealing with that Ari.
Yeah.
Then there's your special Ari, who is very caring and really gives a shit.
Yeah.
I was dealing with. I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to go learn a new language and eat some type of fruit that you're not supposed to eat. You might die from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I can't right now. I'm learning how to firewalk. He's the
Yeah.
best, though, but goddamn.
He is the best. But you got it done, right?
We did get it done, yeah.
And
Yeah,
that was the
done.
only
It's
thing you needed.
fantastic.
That was the only thing I needed,
Was
yeah.
just the signal. What was why was it so important to get that? Why couldn't you wait until he came back?
Because I think he was going to come back. Like, so they needed it on that Friday, I guess, like deliverables or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they needed the Friday before it's airing on that Tuesday, and he was coming back Sunday. Listen, at the end of the day, somebody would have just forged his signature, like if he
Right.
wasn't going to do it.
Sure.
You can just put a Star David with an A.
Yeah,
Just says Mazel.
yeah.
Does it just say the word Mazel with a Jewish
We
star?
were trying to do it
Just
the
draw
right
a big
way.
nose that looks like an A. Yeah, it was fucking.
But he was trying to hold it
hilarious.
up. I'm like, don't you want your money back? You paid for this.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about when you were thinking. Don't you want to recoup the money you put into this?
None of it made sense to me.
He doesn't care, though. He really is like, bite your nose to spite your face.
Well, when he shuts down, when he goes on that travel shit, he didn't want to. He was like, we're not looking at our phones, we're not doing any internet, we're not fucking around with any of that. He wanted to stay, and like, thank God Christine and Jay talked to me before, because he was like wanted to stay in the hood. He like where he wants.
Isn't it all the hood?
No. Well,
No,
yes.
it's a place called Bat Castle. It's full of bats.
Well, he was like, I don't want to stay in a tourist spot. I'm like,
Right.
I'm pretty sure there's no like tourist spots are just safer spots. It's Cuba.
Right.
I don't know if it's not, Saint Martin. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
He was like, I don't want to stay. I don't want to see other people having fun. I'm like not at all. Like, do you want to just see people struggling?
Yeah.
Like,
You don't vacation in a place where most jobs that are there require a machete.
yeah. So
Almost everything, whether you're a coconut cutter or a fucking tour guide or a fucking car repairman.
Yeah, Jay and Christine at the last minute, they were like, dude, you can't stay there. You have to stay. Like, we looked at other places. Like,
By the way,
Christine-
to stay at fucking Escobar's place was like $1,000 a night. Like the greatest places in the world there were cheap
was.
for what it was.
Why don't you guys stay there?
I mean, really.
My wife wound up finding a really nice
Okay.
spot on like.
No, it
there's
wasn't.
literally one.
She didn't. She sent them to a fucking Cuban hostel is what
No,
happened.
no.
Did you
Absolutely.
guys see Art loves the hostel.
There was 80
not a hostel.
other people. I was like, I went out back to enjoy a cigar while this other family was having a conversation. There was kids playing and whatever. I'm like, that's not comforting at all.
No, that. Dude,
You were staying at a guy's house.
Buddy, you do that at a hotel. There's people there. It was a whole building they owned, and it was
You stayed with a family.
It was on a historic street where nobody could go down.
Mm-hmm.
It was like and when the power came back on,
Right.
That
You and that family celebrated. The family whose house it was who let you stay there.
did
You were like
Da, da,
exchange.
da, 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 da,
You guys were there like
da, da, da,
exchange
da, 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 da.
students.
we did throw rice in the air.
Yeah.
Did you hit a pinata?
No, it was.
I pictures where El Guapo's birthday happened in the Three Amigos.
I looked at the other places we were going to stay, and they were in the fucking hood, and like the buildings were just crappy.
Yeah.
The place we did stay, it's literally the one block in downtown Havana that is historic, and they keep it up. and it was beautiful, and the family was great. I would stay there again. I would stay there again.
Did you sleep with your money in your pocket?
I actually slept with it on my waist. I had a money belt, and I had all my money on me at all times. Yes.
Damn, dude.
And then
Ari probably left it on the counter.
Oh, fucking Ari. I brought my Canadian. Nobody wanted his money.
Why
I had
would
to
they
use my
want
money
that?
all the time. I don't know why. And then he made me bring $2 bills. He's like, make sure you get like $200 in $2 bills because they love that down there. They love a $2 bill is like worth $7.
Yeah, Ari read like an article that said like the $2 bill is coveted in Cuba. So Bobby, of course, over extreme everything. Bobby got $6,000 in $2 bills.
I did not.
And then nobody. They were like, we don't even accept
did they
these.
accept them?
No, they took them, but they were just $2.
Right.
Like
They took them like, this is weird.
I put the first one down and I kind of slid it to the guy as
Like,
a tip.
ah.
And Ari was there, and I slid. I go, here. And he goes, thanks. I
he
go,
goes-
no. $2 bill. He goes, yeah, thanks. I appreciate gracias. Okay.
He goes, I just want you to know you're dealing with a big dog. That's Dos Doleros.
That's not even a fucking word.
Dos
Doleros.
Dos Doleros right there. They go. See,
So wait,
okay.
you guys were supposed to go on a scavenger hunt or something?
No. We were supposed to go. He wanted to go out. I wanted to stay in the city and kind of go out from there. He was like, we'll get the place in the city. Finally conceded to the place that I got, and then we were supposed to take a fucking bus or
Oh my fucking god! It gets
one of those
worse and
cars
worse.
way out into the country.
The bus is mostly for chickens, but they allow some people.
I mean, he's not lying. He's not lying.
It's a chicken bus, but they also will once in a while. Oh, hey, yeah.
So we were supposed to go. He wanted to go west, very far, like 2.5 hours out into the jungle.
You guys are talking in compass directions now. You're not even
That's
talking
crazy.
about a certain part of town. Let's head east.
And
So
then
what'd you guys do instead since you had the hurricane?
we couldn't leave. It was illegal to be on the streets. So
you just
had,
were in the hostel?
for a day and a half in the hospital, and then for another day, probably you couldn't really go out. You couldn't go out at night because it was pitch black.
They were staying in a beautiful place with this family. Unfortunately, it was wet, so they had to huddle up in a hallway that wasn't being flooded from the hurricane. This is a horrible idea.
Ari's room
led
was-
by Ari's horrible ideas.
Ari's room was flooding with the hurricane, so I just went outside, and he's outside taking all his socks, jamming it into the window because it was coming in. And then there was a lady next door. Now the water comes from downstairs and goes up to the roof, and then everybody kind of has their own. But we shared a big tank of water with the lady who was next to us. But she was like Romanian. She was like this weird, like 7 different. She was skinny, fat, skinny, fat, skinny, fat. She was just a weird bodied woman.
Okay.
And she wound up taking a bath. In
Using all the water?
So we went to turn the water on. It's just gone because this tub of shit took a
bath?
She took a bath, and then she opened her door. She's like, "I made the rice and beans." She was like a
In the
gypsy.
bath water?
No, she was doing dishes. So her taking a bath and doing dishes took all the water for
What'd
a
you guys
day and a
do
half.
then?
We had like bottled water. We had to brush our teeth with that. And
my Christ.
we were
This
down
sounds
to-
like the worst trip ever.
it was actually.
By the way, it's
the worst and best.
It's the worst trip ever, exclusively. But
No,
also,
it's not. It's not.
No, you didn't enjoy it at all.
I
but
lo-
here's the
I
thing.
fucking had a great
You had a
time.
terrible time. You were a messenger for terrible news to Adrienne.
I did not.
You were the whole thing was a mess.
We had with all the shit that went down, fucking blast. Did a lot of great shit.
Yeah,
Had a
Ari pays
blast.
extra for the Castaway style adventure. Hey,
We
let's
did-
go and
we-
actually not be
We
able to
did.
have anything.
I told Jay this story because my rule in my brain was like, I'm going here and I'm gonna go with Ari. I'm gonna try because I'm afraid when I travel. I always, so I'm like, I'm just gonna go.
You can't do that in
You can't do
jungle-like
that with
places.
Ari, though.
Not in the
So he-
jungle. You could do it like in. I did this. I did the exact same thing with Ari in Toronto.
I was just going to say you could do it in Toronto. Can you not do it in Toronto?
No. It was Toronto exactly. We went in the night before on purpose, and Ari, these things I would never do. He goes, "Let's go eat at the restaurant where you can't see." It's a thing. Let's go experience it, dude. Then he goes, "Let's just do a bar crawl. Let's just go find a place that have live music, and we'll walk from one, making our way back to the hotel." Buddy, I had a blast. We had such a good time because that's out of my comfort zone. It's not what I would do.
Yeah.
I'm just a hotel dweller. So I'm like, he
Yeah.
got me out, and we did a thing. And then the next day was the show. We walked around the town, like the farmer's market thing they have, or like the flea market all day, and then went to the show. It was great. The ones you're talking about, stuff like that, he goes, you wouldn't go to Trinidad Tobago? It's like, no, because you don't want to go to a resort, dude. You want to go live like fucking people who like pierce their own faces.
I did the same thing you did in Toronto. I just did it in a third world country during a
it's a little bit
during a
Category 3
hurricane. It's crazy what you did.
So one day he goes, yo, I want to go to this record store. So I'm like, okay. So we're walking, and we get, it's in the ghetto, and then all of a sudden we couldn't find it, and some like, the guy's like, well, you look record, and he's like, yeah, record store.
That's good Spanish. Thank you, Babel.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Babel.
Babbel's the shit.
Babel app.
So we
Just
look up this hallway,
Spanish,
and there's just records on the wall of this dilapidated building, and so we're walking up 3 stories. Then we have to walk through some lady's kitchen with her, I don't know, son-in-law and a baby and food cooking, and then we go through their living room.
No communication.
It's just like in a guy's house?
It was in this
they're at a
woman's
guy's
house. Then we go into a room. It's just this fucking dilapidated room with all kinds of records. And I'm like, we're going to be murdered.
Yeah, it sounds like a murder
But Ari's
situation.
like, this is great. And I'm sitting in the corner literally looking for weapons. And behind me, I just hear a noise. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Shop owner's wife.
I'm like, there's somebody snoring in the room next to me. Like, there's a bedroom back here. I put my phone around the corner.
It's just
In
a
this room,
hostage.
there's a full-grown hog. There's a pig in the room, like, desperately going, get me the fuck out of here, bro, because they're going to eat it.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm like, Ari, and he's just going through fucking Cuban jazz records. This
hey,
one's
look.
great.
Coltrane.
I'm like, yo, dude, there's a huge pig in this room over here.
He's like, I saw that, but here's Air Supply's greatest hits first pressing.
And my brain first goes, this is what they're going to feed us to this fucking pig.
Right, yeah.
This is why this pig's so big from the other Canadian tourist that came up here to buy a goddamn record.
Is Ari going to bring home records?
Did he
But I'm
buy
gonna
any
carry
records?
On? Ari travels
Wait,
like
did
a
he buy
backpack.
any records?
He bought, of course he did. He bought like 50 records.
For like
50 records.
How'd he get them home?
He just took them home. They took his cigars. They didn't take his records.
He brought 50 cigars home. What? He brought a suitcase this time.
No, he brought a duffel bag, and he carried. He had 2 things of cigars from the
He's
Hotel
so
National.
smart, and so
and
dumb
I
in so
ad-
many other
I-
ways.
he really is. I admire.
That describes him perfectly.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
I admire so much his like fucking go for it. Even the things like when he describes what he's doing with his life. He's like doing the farewell tour, and then he's gonna go. He's like, yeah, I think we're just gonna go live in London indefinitely. And I'm like, that sounds like a fucking nightmare to me. Like what
Yeah,
you're
but
describing, it's like it's so.
You
not
don't know
like,
this. He's going down for 6 months to South America.
I know.
He's going from Alaska all the way down into South America, and then he's going to live.
Yeah,
in
by
London.
my calculations, usually what he normally does, why all of his team usually hate his guts quietly,
He's
is
putting
because
a special out,
he
and then
puts a special out,
he's
and then they
leaving.
go, "Iron's hot, dude. Let's go right now. Let's tour." And he goes, "Nah, I'm going to vanish for a year, and then when I come back." Everyone will have moved on from that special, and then the
We'll
ticket
start over
sales
again.
won't change, and it'll start over again.
But you know what? Your special's out right now on
That's
Netflix.
right. Go watch it.
And it's killing it.
Dark Queen.
I watched it with
Great
my
name,
wife.
too.
I sat down with. I go, you got to watch this. Fucking loved it. Thought you were hilarious. Which I when she watches, she'll get up in 5 minutes if it's not funny. She thought it was
nice.
hilarious. It's an amazing special. It's on Netflix right now. What a great name. You fucking murder it. You're one of the funniest people out there right now, and I'm so glad Netflix.
It's you're a
knows
very
that.
easy person to be happy for, AJ. Everyone's
Well,
very
thank you.
excited
That's
for
very
you. This
nice.
is great. Yeah,
Thank you.
it's an awesome special, and one of the funniest doing it out there. Make sure you check it out. The Dark Queen streaming right now on Netflix. Of course, go to punchup.live/Robert Kelly for all his dates. Mars, Plains, New Jersey, Dojo of Comedy. That's this weekend, everybody.
Yeah, a few tickets left. I don't know what show, but a few tickets left for that.
Our holiday show. Oh, sorry.
Friday night, 1 show. Saturday, deuce shows.
Nice. Our
Doi.
holiday show, December 7th, Dose.
Those?
December 17th, 7 p.m., The Village Underground, New York City. Reserve your tickets, comedyseller.com. Let's check out our YouTube page, of course. And me this weekend, everyone, Saturday and Sunday. That's all we got to worry about. Saturday and Sunday, I'm in Houston. They moved the days around because I'm filming Tires on Friday. After that, Philadelphia, everybody. Let's fill it. There's very few tickets left, I think, for most of the shows. So fill them up. There was a mistake saying there was a Sunday show, so if you bought tickets for it, get your head out of your ass. The Eagles play at 7 o'clock.
Make sure to go.
Or 4 o'clock.
Big punchup.live/Big J Okerson. Robert Kelly. Big punchup.live/Robert Kelly.
Yeah,
Go-
punchup.live.
Go there.
owned by.
I don't own it.
No, you're the proprietor. Though.
I don't even know what that means.
I understand. You're just the face of the company.
I'm not a face. You
are. No,
are.
it's fine. You're a face.
You're number one on the fucking thing.
Thank you so much, Adrienne. We'll be right back
Thank
to
you
say
so much for
goodbye, I
having
think.
me.
Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe.
Isn't it funny, before we go, can I say this is
Yes.
pretty funny that when you walk in the energy, the fact that our last day of the week broadcasting is Wednesdays, and it's hump day for everybody else. When I come in with such a pep, because it's like the difficulty of the week is over, and you're like, an hour and 45 minutes of talking to one of my best buddies on the air. It's going to be delightful. But everybody else leaving here is like,
So
I can't believe I have 2 more fucking days of this.
But they have one more day of us, Thursday.
That's right.
There you go. Enjoy.
It's the
Crackle,
Bonfire.
crackle.